Hello guys, thank you for checking out my recipe. This chicken is dramatically crunchy. I think you're gonna love it. Listen to this. And then we're going to serve this with quinoa salad. So guys, quinoa salad is really delicious and healthy, and I'll be taking you through the process of making it. And then I'm going to serve it. I'm going to present the meal as seen in this video. And these beautiful potatoes, the side dish is actually potato wedges. It's already on my channel. It's my latest upload in case you want to check it out. So we'll get started with this recipe. I'm working with 12 pieces of chicken drumsticks. I've already washed them and I just placed them here so they could drip and, lose that excess water. So just set that aside. And now I'm going to be using buttermilk. This is a buttermilk fried chicken recipe. The bottle is a 473 milliliters, so just a little under 500 ml or 2 cups. But I just want to confirm that to you here that I'm using about 2 cups of buttermilk for the 12 chicken pieces. So pour your buttermilk onto a large bowl, and then you're going to add seasonings, cardamom, black pepper, paprika, thyme and rosemary, and some salt. I will have the measurements written in the description box. Go ahead and season your buttermilk nicely. And then we are also going to add some freshly minced garlic because we want a ton of flavor in there. And lastly, we are going to add 2 eggs. So this marinade is very rich and the chicken is going to be packed with flavor, but the textures will also be the best texture, I'm telling you. So whisk everything until it's all nicely combined. Make sure you break those eggs down really well so that they mix well into the marinade. When it's ready, you're gonna add in the 12 pieces of chicken drumsticks. So you'll see that the chicken is kind of like partially submerged in the marinade. That's what you want. So even if you do half of this recipe, make sure that your chicken is mostly submerged in the marinade so that it gets all that richness. Now I'm not going to place this in the fridge. I'm going to marinate this just on the countertop for 2 hours. And as the chicken marinates, we are going to move on and work on our salad. So this is quinoa. If you don't know about its health benefits, please just read about it. But quinoa is really healthy. So I'm going to boil 1 cup of quinoa here. Just rinse it quickly on a sieve and then boil it in 2 cups of water, or according to packaging instructions, you can add a pinch of salt. In about 8 minutes, it will be done, and you're going to just fluff your quinoa and let it cool down. So see, all the liquid has dried up. That's what you want. You do not want any liquid there, but don't let it burn either. Now we are going to set the quinoa aside and let it cool down. I'm going to chop up some cherry tomatoes very quickly. This is 1 can of cherry tomatoes, and then some English cucumber, just half a piece, or about 1 cup of chopped cucumber. Try to keep all the pieces of like equal size. Now you'll need 1 avocado. Chop it up into just about the same sizes as the cucumber. Sometimes I'm very unlucky with picking avocado. This time I was like 90% lucky, but my avocado still has some black spots. Yeah, but yeah, just go ahead and chop it up nicely and then place it in a bowl, set it aside, cover it, and then work on some fresh garlic. I'm going to cut mine into halves and then I'm going to mince it, but you can mince your garlic in whichever way that works for you. You want to use fresh garlic in this recipe rather than canned or like, pre-made garlic. You're just going to get better flavor with fresh garlic. Now place your garlic in a little bowl too and set it aside. Now chop up some red onion, just about half a piece. If you like a lot of onion, of course you can add more onion into your quinoa salad. I do not, so I just added a little. And finally, we are going to add some parsley. Again, fresh parsley as opposed to anything dried. Just chop up your parsley finely and then you're going to place it in a bowl as well and keep everything covered. Depending on how quickly you make this recipe, keep everything covered so it stays fresh. All set. So now back to the chicken. I'm going to measure 2 cups of all-purpose flour. This is the coating mixture. And then to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of cornstarch. The two types of flour are going to give you a really rich finish. Now I'm going to add garlic powder, paprika, 2 teaspoons each, some coriander powder, also 2 teaspoons. And then I'm going to add some fennel seeds that add a really good texture, also 2 teaspoons. Again, I'll have these measurements in the description box, so don't worry about it. I'm adding some freshly crushed black pepper, that is 1 teaspoon, and then baking powder, 2 teaspoons as well. It makes the coating really soft and crunchy. It's just a good finish with baking powder. Finally, add salt to taste. I added 1 teaspoon here, but I realized I didn't feel it very well, so you could make it 2 teaspoons. And then just whisk everything until the coating mixture is nicely combined. I'm going to set this aside and then I'll come back to it in a moment. So now 2 hours have passed since the chicken was marinating. As you can see, the marinade is very light. If you were to just pick the chicken out of here and put it in the flour, it won't hold a thick layer of flour. So what I'm going to do is to convert this marinade into our coating batter. To do that, I'm going to remove all the chicken pieces from this marinade and place it on a separate plate. And then I'm going to thicken this marinade up with a little bit more of that flour mixture that we just made. Okay, so I'm going to scoop up half a cup of flour, but I'll start with a quarter. So start with the first quarter of flour. It's already seasoned, which is a good thing. Add it to the marinade and just whisk. When it's nicely combined in, you're going to add another quarter cup of flour and whisk it all in until your mixture is thick and it's going to work as our coating batter, which is a very rich coating batter, because of all the seasonings we added. So whisk it in. Now you can see that it has thickened. You can see from, just whisking it that this is a very thick marinade. Coating batter now. So you're going to dip each piece of chicken. Of course, stretch out the skin, make it look good, and then dip in. And as you can see now, it has a very thick coating on the chicken. Now you're ready to place this onto the flour and keep doing the same with all the pieces you're going to fry in a batch. You don't want to coat your chicken and let it sit for too long. So we're going to coat 6 pieces and then come back to the other 6 pieces later. So make sure it's nicely covered all around. And then place it on the flour bowl. So I made sure to use a wide enough flour bowl so that I can do several pieces at once. Now you're going to just cover each of these pieces with flour until it's very thickly coated. You want to coat it as rich as possible. And be careful not to wipe it off when you're done coating, because then it would be very difficult to recoat it. Okay. So as you can see here, the pieces look nicely covered. The oil is already heating up because we don't want this to sit for too long. So continue placing your pieces from the marinade to from the coating batter to this flour. And at this point, the oil should be heating up on medium-high heat. And now we are ready to go and place this in the hot oil. Oh, one more. Okay. Yeah, let's cut one more. Like I said, I was doing 6 pieces, so I believe this is the last one. And now the oil has been heating up. Guys, I don't do the temperature measurements on oil, but if you need the temperature, the exact temperature, I will look it up and I will post it in the description box as well. But usually I just know when my oil is ready. So I'm going to fry. I fried this for about 10 minutes, and I did stir it occasionally to make sure that the chicken was cooking evenly, because sometimes when it sits on the pan, and one side is, at the bottom the entire time, it can darken out of the heat of the pan. So I stirred it occasionally, and at about minute 9, minute 10, the chicken was ready. It was nicely browned, and as long as you fry this on medium high heat as opposed to extremely high heat, your chicken is going to be done. Well done all the way to the inside. So my chicken is done here. I'm just draining it off the oil and placing it on a paper towel lined tray, and then I'm going to do the second batch. So as this was frying, of course I did cut the second batch, and now I'm just going to place the second batch in. See how nicely brown the chicken is? Set that aside and then add in the second batch. Now back to our quinoa salad. The quinoa has cooled down fully, so I'm just going to place the quinoa on a bowl and then add your cherry tomatoes, add your English cucumber, your avocado, the onions, and a little bit of parsley. Save some for later. So toss everything until it's nicely combined. And then we're also using a homemade dressing for this salad. And here's the dressing. You're going to grate the zest of one lemon. It adds a nice aroma and flavor too, a little bit of zing in there. So place it aside. And then you're going to cut up your lemon and squeeze its juice. But I did end up using the juice of 1.5 lemons because I needed a third cup of juice. So if you're going to make this recipe, make sure you're using a third cup of lemon juice. Of course, it must be fresh. Don't use that lemon juice from the store. Now you're going to need a third cup of extra virgin olive oil. Same measurements for the two liquids. And then you're going to add freshly cracked black pepper, 1 teaspoon, salt, 1 teaspoon, sugar, 1 teaspoon. It really balances out the flavors, guys. Now add in your minced garlic from earlier, and then add in your lemon zest. This combination is truly magical, and if you try it, if this is your first time trying this kind of homemade dressing, please let me know what you think in the comments, but I believe you will love it. I really love this dressing. I make it a lot of times for my salads, and it tastes amazing. So go ahead and whisk everything until it's nicely combined, and then you're ready to pour your dressing onto the salad. It looks really beautiful. So just go ahead and pour it all over the salad. This is the freshest salad, guys. It tastes really good. Now add the rest of your parsley and then toss, and your salad will be ready. Look at that. Fresh, tasty, and healthy. It goes well with the chicken. Here's our chicken. It's done. It is so beautiful looking, and I'm telling you, it is so dramatically crunchy. I hope you love it too. And the inside is so juicy, so soft, just perfectly done. So you could enjoy your salad, you could enjoy your fried chicken as it is, or you could serve it with this salad like I like to do. And these beautiful potato wedges, like I mentioned earlier, are already on the channel. I posted, this is my latest recipe that I posted, so just check it out, but I'll also link it onto this video. So serve your meal like this and enjoy, guys. It's a very delicious meal. I hope you love it just as much as I do. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hopefully you love this video. Do like, leave a comment, and stay around, subscribe so that you can enjoy more of my recipes. I forgot to mention here, so I did have some ketchup just because I was serving this with potato wedges. It tastes amazing. It's a very unique potato recipe, by the way. So if you try it, please let me know what you think. That's the end, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you again.